Hello guys, welcome to another English grammar video. Today we are going to look at get on, get off, get in, get out. These are prepositions that we use for vehicles or when we are talking about means of transportation. When do we use get on or get off? Get on is used for large vehicles where you can enter and sit in and also walk around in. So this is an example of a large vehicle. This is a bus. When do we use get in and get out? This is used for small vehicles where you can enter, sit, but you cannot walk around in. This is an example of a small vehicle. This is a car. For these kinds of small vehicles that you cannot walk around in, you use get in and get out. When you are in a bus, you can walk around freely, you can change seats, you can walk from seat A to the last seat easily and effectively. You can navigate your way around the bus. You use get on or get off in that situation. But in a car, you cannot walk around freely. You only walk in a car when you have to get in it and when you have to get out of it. Okay? So that is the main difference between these two. Okay, let's understand more with these exercises. Number 1, a car. Is it get on a car, get off a car, or get in a car or get out of a car? It's get in a car and get out because a car is a small vehicle. So we use get in a car and get out of a car. Number 2, a cruise ship. Get on, get off a cruise ship or get in, get out of a cruise ship. A cruise ship is a very, very large vehicle. You can sit in it, you can walk around in it. Okay, so we use get on a cruise ship and get off a cruise ship. Number 3, a taxi. What is the correct answer? A taxi is a small vehicle. So we get in a taxi and we get out of a taxi. An airplane. An airplane is a large vehicle. You can sit in an airplane. You can walk around freely in an airplane. You can change seats. You can go to the bathroom. You can come back to your seat. So we say get on an airplane and get off an airplane. A train. A train. Is a train a large vehicle or a small vehicle? A train is a very, very large vehicle. You can sit in a train. You can walk around the cabins of a train. You can go to the bathroom. You can go to a cafeteria. You can navigate within a train very, very easily. Okay, so we use get on a train and get off a train. Number 6, a helicopter. Is a helicopter a large vehicle or a smaller vehicle? A helicopter is a smaller vehicle. A helicopter might seem like a large vehicle, but it's small because you cannot navigate your way around in a helicopter easily. Okay? Helicopters don't have multiple seats. You only walk in a helicopter when you have to get in it and when you have to get out of it. Okay? So we use get in and get out for a helicopter. Number 7, a truck. Is a truck a large vehicle or a small vehicle? A truck is a large vehicle. Okay, but listen, this is important. When we talk about entering a truck, we talk about entering the cab of the truck. This is the cab of a truck. That is where the passenger seat is and also where the driver's seat is. This part of the truck is used to convey goods, right? This is the cargo part of the truck, and this is where people sit. This is where people usually are in a truck, okay? So you can't walk around in here. You can walk around in the back, okay? But it is used for carrying goods or cargo. When you talk about getting on a truck, that means you want to climb here at the top, okay? This is used for maybe loading and unloading goods. People don't ride here normally, okay? When people want to ride in a truck, we ride here in the cab where people sit, okay? So even though a truck is a large vehicle, we still use get in and get out because where people are is small, not the whole vehicle, just this part of the vehicle. Okay, so we use get in a truck and get out of a truck. Number 8, a canoe. Is a canoe a small vehicle or a large vehicle? A canoe is a small boat, a small vehicle. You can't walk around in a canoe. You only walk when you have to get in it and when you have to get out of it. Number 9, a boat. Is a boat a large vehicle or a small vehicle? Well, it depends. If a boat is a large boat like a yacht or a sailboat, we use get on the boat and get off the boat. But if the boat is a small boat like a rowboat or a canoe, we use get in the boat and get out of the boat. Okay, so it depends on the size of the boat. Number 10, a van. Do we get on, get off a van, or do we get in, get out of a van? Now, a van is a medium-sized vehicle. It is neither large nor small. Okay, so if you are referring to a bigger van, let's say a tour van or a shuttle van used for transporting many people, it looks much like a bus. If that is the type of van you are talking about, we use get on and get off. But a van is commonly medium-sized. We can sit in the van, but we cannot walk around in it. We only walk when we have to get in the van and get out of the van. So get in a van and get out of a van is the most correct answer. Okay, we can only use get on and get off on the rare situations that we have a bigger van like a tall van or a shuttle van. So when we see a van and we have to answer, we use get in and get out of, because most commonly a van is a medium-sized vehicle. You cannot navigate your way around a van very easily. Vans don't have toilets or canteens. You cannot change seats quite easily as you would in a bus or as you would in a train. Okay, so that should guide you on which one to use. All right, number 11, an air balloon. An air balloon is small. We can enter the basket of the balloon. We can stand in it, but we cannot walk around in it. We cannot navigate our way easily. Okay, so we get in an air balloon and we get out of an air balloon. Number 12, a tractor. Do we use get on, get off, or get in, get out of a tractor? A tractor is a large vehicle, but a tractor only has one seat, the operator's or the driver's seat. There are no spaces for passengers in a tractor. So we have to look at a tractor very, very differently. Okay? We have to look at it this way. We climb onto the driver's seat or the operator's seat. Only this is the only seat that is available on a tractor. So we have to use get on because we are talking about getting on top of the operator's seat or the driver's seat. And we use get off a tractor. Okay, so we can have an example. He got on a tractor to plow the fields. All right. Okay, number 13, blank a ferry. A ferry. Do we use get on, get off a ferry, or get in, get out of a ferry? A ferry is a very, very large boat or large vehicle. A ferry is a boat that carries goods and people. So we use get on and get off a ferry. Number 14, an ambulance. Get on, get off an ambulance, or get in and get out of an ambulance. Now, an ambulance is the same thing as a van. It is a medium-sized vehicle. We can sit in an ambulance, but we cannot walk around in an ambulance as easily. Okay? We only walk in it when we have to get in it and when we have to get out of it. So we use get in an ambulance and get out of an ambulance. Number 15, a horse. Do we use get on, get off a horse, or get in, get out of a horse? Now, when we talk about riding animals, we have to look at it a different way. We cannot get into an animal, okay? Just like we can get into a bus or into a car. We can only climb on top of an animal. So whether we have a donkey, a camel, or a horse, we only use get on, okay, and get off. Number 16, a carriage. When we talk about a carriage, we talk about the car of the carriage, right? A carriage is an enclosure that is dragged or that is moved by an animal. Okay, so we talk about where people actually ride, and that is a small vehicle. The carriage is small. You only walk when you have to get in it and when you have to get out of it. Alright, this brings us to the end of today's video. If you have more questions, if you have more concerns, let me know in the comments. For now, take care of yourselves, love yourselves. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.